He awoke and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Be thou being silent, be thou having become muzzled." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said to them, "Why are ye fearful? Have ye not yet faith?" And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Mark chapter 5. And they came to the other side of the sea, into the country of the Rationale. And when he was come out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling in the tombs, and no man could any more bind him, no, not with a chain, because that he had often been bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been ripped apart by him, and the fetters broken in pieces, and no man had strength to tame him. And always night and day in the tombs and in the mountains he was crying out and cutting himself with stones. And when he saw Yeshua from afar, he ran and worshipped him. And crying out with a loud voice, he saith, "What have I to do with thee, Yeshua, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by the God, thou shouldst torment me not." For he was saying to him, "Come thou forth, thou unclean spirit, out of the man." And he was asking him, "What is thy name?" And he is saying to him, "My name is Legion, for we are many." And he was entreating him many times that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there on the mountain side a great herd of pigs being fed. And they entreated him, saying, "Send us into the pigs, that we may enter into them." And he permitted for them, and the unclean spirits came out and entered into the pigs, and the herd rushed down the steep into the sea, in number about 2,000, and they were drowned in the sea. And they that fed them fled, and told it in the city and in the country, and they came to see what it was that had become. And they are coming to Yeshua, and they are beholding the one being made demonic sitting, clothed in his right mind, the one having had the legion, and they were afraid. And they that saw it declared to them how it became to the one being made demonic, and about the pigs. And they began to beseech him to depart from their borders. And as he was entering into the boat, the one having been made demonic besought him that he might be with him. And he permitted him not, but saith to him, "Go to thy house, to thy friends, and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and how he had mercy on thee." And he went his way, and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Yeshua had done for him, and all men marveled. And when Yeshua had crossed over again in the boat to the other side, a great multitude was gathered to him, and he was by the sea. And there cometh one of the synagogue rulers, Jair by name, and seeing him, he falleth at his feet, and beseecheth him much, saying, My little daughter is at the point of death. I pray thee that thou come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be made whole and live. And he went with him, and a great multitude followed him, and they thronged him. And the woman being in a flux of blood 12 years, and having suffered many times of many physicians, and having spent all that she had, and not even having been bettered, but rather into the worse having come, having heard the things concerning Yeshua, having come in the crowd from behind, touched his garment. For she said, If I touch but his garments, I shall be made whole. And immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she knew in her body that she was healed of her plague. And immediately Yeshua, perceiving in himself that the power proceeding from him had gone forth, turned him about in the crowd and said, Who touched my garments? And his disciples said to him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had been done to her, came and fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said to her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. While he yet spoke, they come from the synagogue ruler's house, saying, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the teacher any further? But Yeshua, not heeding the word being spoken, saith to the synagogue ruler, Fear not, only believe. And he permitted no man to follow with him, except Petro and Jacobo and Johanan the brother of Jacobo. And they came to the house of the synagogue ruler, and he beholdeth a tumult, and ones weeping and wailing many times. And when he was entered in, he saith to them, Why make ye a tumult and weep? The child died not, but is sleeping. And they laughed him to scorn. But he, having put them forth, taketh the father of the child, and her mother, and them that were with him, and goeth in where the child was. And taking the child by the hand, he saith to her, Talitha cumi, which is, being interpreted, Damsel, to thee I am saying, be thou arising. And immediately the damsel rose up and walked, for she was 12 years old. And they were amazed immediately with a great amazement. And he charged them many times that no man should know this. And he commanded that something should be given her to eat. And he went out from thence, and he cometh into his fatherland, and his disciples follow him.